Welcome to this game of Mechabellum. As you can see here, I'm fighting against Grapeshot Mecha and my options. Quick supply, cost control, supply, and training specialist. Looking at those, training specialist, look at a good one. Start with Fire Badgers, so I can go Fire Badgers Void Eye in this case. Or maybe even Fire Badger Phoenix. I'm using it a lot, but we will have to see. And my opponent options, Giant Spec, Typhoon, Sabers, and Speed Specialist. Looking at those, Sabertooth Spec could be useful. You can pair Tarantula with Void Eyes. Not as good as Fire Badgers with Void Eyes, but it works too. The Speed Specialist. I do want to try the new tech on the Mustangs. Not the new, it's not quite new, but it was buffed. The cooling shots. Want to see if it's decent now. It has received a lot of buffs after the first heavy nerf. It has not went back to what it was at the start, but it's close. In here, my opponent ended up going for Giant Specialist. So I will have to be worried about giants popping out of nowhere. You will see me doing something that people usually don't do with Void Eyes, which I put right behind my shaft clear. The idea being the Void Eyes have more range than the Fire Badgers. I don't intend to give range to them this time. And if they are together, the Void Eyes won't be locked on shaft unless the Fire Badgers die. So when you put the Fire Badgers, when you put them in a line, what can usually happen is the Fire Badgers get locked on something heavy and the Void Eyes start shooting shaft on the side. And it's really annoying. So this prevents that. Use me putting my fangs here, but my opponent sold his turret. I was worried that the tower here would start shooting my Fire Badgers, but no tower anymore. He did the same as me. I also sold mine. Vertical Mustangs. I think I had never seen vertical Mustangs before. We left one as vertical. It's quite strange. His units are very vulnerable against me. So no chance for him. And he even put one thing on the other side. You can see the Fire Badgers are hosting everything he has. He only has small units. Let's speed this because I just have to kill Fangs in the middle and the turret will kill the Fangs here as soon as they get close enough. So easy first round. And here we have another intensive training, but I already have one and I don't kind of need two intensive trainings. It's great for my opponent, because if he has free unlock the giants, he could unlock a giant and get it to level 2 instantly. Which can cause problems sometimes. A level 2 overlord, you have to invest to deal with it. I will just skip. Wasp's armor was also not useful because he already has Mustangs and Fangs behind his towers. So not that great. I will put one thing behind this tower too, protect against wasps, because I had one vulnerability against wasps. You see my opponent went for 2 Stormcallers as his answer to, I guess, my slow army, which is a decent answer. They do have the DPS to kill the units and they are kinda slow. We have to see if it will be enough. I'm also going for both upgrades. I had money to spare. Didn't need to grab another unit. And I wanted my Fangs to beat wasps. So with both upgrades they will beat wasps. even if they've not been useful since my opponent didn't go for wasps. And even if his storms are effective, and you can see they are doing a lot of damage, but his army just crumbles way too fast for the storms to win. Like, not even crawlers. So the 5 badgers host everything on the board. And another victory, even if it was smaller than the first one. And levels. And here we get 3 crawlers. There's also 2 arclights in case you didn't have shaft clear yet, or 2 phoenixes in case you need DPS. But 3 deployments of prowlers hard to pass. So prowlers in front to distract the storms at least a little. But there is one thing that I should have looked. Incendiary bomb. Everyone is using this, even if it was nerfed. But nerf is not that big. They did nerf in the patch, but it just reduced the time the fire stays on the ground. I think before it was 12 seconds, now it's 10 seconds. I'm expanding my line and grabbing 1 marksman because, as you see, I had nothing to deal with phoenixes, and my opponent did choose phoenixes because his board was lacking DPS. And as shaft clear, it just grabbed more hounds and incendiary bomb on everything. 6 hounds with fire. Quite annoying. And I had got 1 crawler to attack this tower here, because crawlers can beat fangs, but with the hound here they are useless. And things will not be great this time around, with the fire everywhere. I was supposed to be the one with fire, as you can see. I grabbed the explosive with the 5 badgers, which is working quite well. You see his arm is getting obliterated by the explosions. Look at this. Even the tower got destroyed. So yeah, I think we both went with fire. Mine was more effective, even if his 5 hounds are also quite effective. My marksman did his job killing the phoenixes. So there's 2 hounds that went for my tower. They shoot the missiles of fire going for behind them to kill my crawlers. And here we have options. I will go for redeployment because I have some shaft that I need to move. Also putting 5 badgers right in front to kill those hounds. And they don't care about the fire. They have way too much HP to care about fire. My marksman got a level killing phoenixes. And area mode on my void eyes. I want them to stay out of the fire. And out of the missiles from the storms. So now they are safe. I didn't grab charged shot yet, which is usually my first tech, because look at the enemy board. Doesn't have any unit with high HP, at least not yet. Also put 1 here, 1 void eye on the side, so 2 attack here. I'm grabbing more void eyes now. My opponents do have something that can kill them. The phoenixes can kill the void eyes. But they need to kill the units in front first. 75, 85. And you can see here my opponent went for mass-produced worm, which is a card I don't really like, but you can unlock them for free and just grabbed 3 worms in a single round, on round 4. And I don't have charged shot yet, so the worms can be quite annoying, and the worms were buffed in this late patch. They did reduce the cost of a few techs. You can see Burrow Mites got cheaper, Strike got cheaper too. My army here obliterated his side, so my strong side is winning easily, but this one is having some trouble. The marksman now is helping, and only 1 worm left. So even with a surprise 3 worms, they are mass produced, so I can kill them. I still think mass produced worm is not that great. And more damage. But it was untacked worms. Here there is orbital javelin, but it's useless against worms. If it could hit them, it would be a great target here to kill 3 giants with 1 orbital, but they simply burrow right at the start and don't get hit by the orbital. I'll just skip. Void Eyes don't need items. So, using my intensive training to get levels to my Void Eyes here, and I will grab Charged Shot. Even if they don't have that much, but 34,000 HP per worm, and he didn't even grab the health upgrade yet. So I am expanding the units here. You see me grabbing Fangs just to delay the worms and putting them behind, because I don't want them to be targeted by fire. Also a Fight Badger in here, but I decided against it later because the Fight Badger would explode and kill my own Fangs, so not that great. My opponent is going for attacks now, so 5 worms on round 5 and with Replicate now, which will be quite annoying, as each of the times they go up, they will create another little worm. I also put 1 Phoenix behind them, that will be able to kill my Void Eyes. You see, I almost died instantly. But every time they burrow, they get up and get little worms. And you can see my delay on the ground is not being enough, and the Phoenixes are killing my Void Eyes. I'm still winning the left. And it came to the side and killed his heir, so he has nothing to kill my Void Eyes now. A few Fangs, but they won't be enough. But lots of worms here. We'll grab it. Okay, every time they get more little worms. Poor marksman went to the wrong side, and unfortunately I will lose my anti-missile, which I put I think 2 rounds before I put here, just to stop a few of the fire and help against the storms. And I was safe that I'm always winning this side, so I wouldn't lose my anti-missile, but now I lost the right, and the worms came to the side, killed by anti-missile. Just the small worms here left. So even if they were annoying, still a victory for me. Orbital Bombardment. It's good against both of us. You see me throwing it here. Kill his army on this side even faster. And you see me grabbing grab and lightning, thinking maybe I will try out the Vortex AoE electromagnetic shot to stop the sandworms from replicating. But then I decided against it. I think I don't need it. If I don't let them get down after they get up, they will die without using too much of their attacks. But I will pay for thinking that, because my opponent won't be content with only replicate. As you can see, mechanical division too. So now every worm I kill, 4 worms will spawn. Which is quite annoying considering the Void Eyes have a very long attack interval. Even if they have the DPS to kill them, it's annoying to deal with so many little worms. He's also putting one worm to deal with my Fire Badger on the flank here, which was annoying him. I am putting crawlers on the other flank, the idea being to try to get this tower. You can see instantly killing the worm, but it becomes little worms. And there is a lot of worms here. And my own fire stops my shaft from delaying him too much. And his phoenixes are just farming my Void Eyes. My crawlers did get his tower. And I won the left. But now it's his time for tower debuff. Right, I just need to kill the phoenixes. Unfortunately, they turn it. Now they're debuff. Look at how many. The problem is they have quite a bit of HP. But a few explosions of the Fire Badgers killed a few of the small worms, but every time they go up, more worms and one phoenix. One phoenix is killing all my Void Eyes. Just because they didn't turn and killed it before. So this turn could have been a victory for me, even if a small one, just a few Void Eyes in the air. But it won't be, because of this single phoenix killing everything. So the unit that I like so much is giving me so much trouble. And I lose HP. I hadn't lost. I was still full HP up to this time. And the game really wanted me to go Vortex. So crabs it is. You grab crabs and put Electromag on the crabs. Also range on the Void Eyes. So now they have 3 attacks. And they are still getting levels. And I'm giving levels to level 1 here. This Fire Badger is doing a lot. Level 3 already. You see me putting more sledges. The idea is for the sledges to delay the worms. So it gives time for my units to kill them. But there is the problem that the Vortex don't solve. It's my problem with Phoenixes, which will just get worse now, because my opponent went for Quantum Reassembly, attack that I really have been enjoying now. And with this, as my army keeps destroy all his army on this side, he will get even more Phoenixes on this side. Because they will just respawn here. And my crabs can't electromag the phoenixes. You can see worms don't turning into little worms. And they are electromag. Although this one, there's no more crabs to stop this one from turning. But you can see that it went really better against the worms with the crabs. The problem is he has a lot of phoenixes. And a few fangs and an arclight survived on this side to annoy me. Also, worm deep flank grabbing my tower. And once again, this phoenix here is farming, even if it's not kind of winning. It's one phoenix against a lot of units. So phoenix dead, just a few fangs, and I should be able to win. So crabs did the work. Where I put the crabs, they stopped the worms. Because electromag is the biggest weakness of worms. You can't protect them against it. I really think they should give worms attack to photon coating. A lot of units have, like rhinos. Why not give it to worms too? Here, super heavy. But I will just go for acid. And if my opponents don't shoot, you can see me throwing acid here. Although I should have thrown acid this way, not this way. But my opponent 3-tech worms, even grabbed burrow maintenance that increased their HP, and if they are not electromag they will get full health in just 5 seconds on the ground. But here I was thinking, how am I going to do with the phoenix? I need to solve this problem. Because if he grabs more phoenixes, they can get out of control with quantum reassembly. And they can kill my void eyes. And looks like this turn they did nothing. So they grabbed damage too. Grabbed more crabs. My opponent's moving his army away from the acid, and he even shooted, so the acid was not effective. He respected the acid. And as I said, he's just turning phoenixes into a problem. Now they have shields, so 2 shots to kill each phoenix, and more phoenixes. His beacon here kind of worked, moved around the crabs, and a few of the worms managed to survive to get the tower. Even on this side, thanks to the debuff. And he still had a lot of phoenixes alive. And now it's that I noticed that the phoenixes are a real problem that I need to deal with. But look at this damage. With how many worms survived in a single round. I went for lost 2000 HP. And looking here, I don't really want any of those units. I don't need Vulcans for shaft clear. My 5 badgers are doing good work with that. I just grab Sabertooth and sell. It's the most money in a single sell. And I will finally try to solve the Phoenix problem with a simple solution: wasps. My opponent has nothing to deal with wasps. Because it's not incentivized to get Mustangs in the ground when there is fire badgers exploding everywhere. So wasps with shield and electromag shot. So they will help with electromag in the worms, and if they hit a Phoenix, it won't be able to use Quantum Reassembly, and it will lose the shield. So, 3 Wasps with double attack, and I even got level to one of them. There is a worm still here. Which I think I didn't even notice. It has been here for 3 rounds now. And he just grabbed the 4th attack on the worm. Strike. So they get up and strike faster. But with the wasps, you can see this worm is being really annoying. It's going for my tower. And tower debuff. But with the wasps, even with the one tower debuff, I managed to win the left side, and the right side I still have a lot of void eyes. Now it's his time to take a tower debuff. Look at this. Half the HP of the level 2 tower. No! Yeah. The other has spawned. Almost killed it in time. But good damage this time, so even with the problem of getting a tower debuff, because I wasn't seeing this worm, it's working quite well. There is a nuke here, which can be very effective against me, but it's kind of useless against my opponents. All his important units are protected against nuke. You see me just grabbing additional deployments because I want more wasps. And I have a lot of money. 110 already. Look at how many worms my opponent has. 12 worms. It's mass-produced worms, but it's worms, not 13. I just grabbed one more, I think. 14! There is this one on the flank, so 14 worms. Usually putting shields. Try to protect against the nuke at least a few of my units. The void eyes, there's nothing I can do. I don't have a shield on them. After this game I will change the electromagnetic armor because I have never been... I think I used it only once when using them as DPS. So I will change for a better attack. There's 2 options, there's the shield and the one that decreases the range of the enemy. I will still not see this worm. Yeah, I am kind of blind. I don't know how I didn't see it. It even gave me a debuff. I will put a missile here, but look at how many worms he's putting here. My lack of respect for this side is making me doubly invest on them, but look at how many wasps I have. And where is the answer from my opponent? There is none. He completely disrespected the wasps. And he will pay the price. You can see the nuke killing a lot of void eyes. My tower getting the buff again. I should have leveled this tower. But where is his army? My wasps completely obliterated his army. On both sides. This one is even better because I didn't lose my void eyes to a nuke. But I think I have enough units to win. Look at how many air units. What my opponent should have done as soon as he saw my getting wasps with double attack last round was going wasps with range and AA. I think it would be the answer for him. Range AA wasps to fight my own wasps and void eyes. Then I would have to upgrade my own with range and AA, and it would become a wasp war. But I hope you enjoyed this game, and leave your like and subscribe. But let's see. Let's go in the last round. Let's take over his army and see if him going wasps to counter my units would work. Let's get additional deployment. Or actually go for a nuke. Nuke is really good for him. Although not that good. It killed a few void eyes, but don't think it killed enough to justify the nuke. You just get this. Okay, let's unlock wasps. Let's sell this. So, level 2 wasps. Range, NAA. Let's get one more. Just give them more range. It has both upgrades here. Anything else I want to do here? Move faster. No, I don't need. The other will get there. Let's throw a missile here. Let's go. And let's see how the wasps will do. Looks like on the right he's having problems dealing with the ground. But oh no, managed to win with the wasps. Tower debuff now. And yeah, with the AA wasps he will manage to win. Not enough damage to win the game, and it would have went to a wasp war because I would have grabbed 2 more tags on my wasps to fight his own. But quite a bit of damage. Almost enough to win. I had 2000 HP, so really close to a victory if he went for the wasp answer. But I hope you enjoyed this. It was a really fun game, fighting against so many worms, mass-produced worms. I finally see someone use it. Kind of effective, even if it was answered. And I should have went instantly for wasps instead of going for the vortex. Even if I like the crabs, but they are not that effective. But one thing they have now, very cheap tax. With the patch they reduced the cost of field maintenance and emergency armor, so it's 100 each now. Okay, it's 300 now because I already have one tech. But for 400 you can grab both of them, so you can get tanky crabs quite easily, even if you need a drop with high level crabs for it to be effective. Because level 1 crabs, even if you give them those techs, they don't really have enough HP to be able to tank, and take way too many deployments to put a lot of them that you will need to tank. And they won't get levels because they are the front line and they will die first, so yeah, that's a problem with crabs. They needed to reduce the experience crabs need to level. I think it would improve them quite a bit. But that's it. I will see you on the next one.